What's up, everybody? You are now listening to the out-of-theater reactions for the movie Caught Stealing by Darren Aronofsky. My name is Jeremy Burr, and I just got out of this movie. I saw it at the South Barrington Theater once again. It just usually has really good times for the movies, and I had it was kind of a matinee showing for me before the football game started, so I caught this at 11 a.m. So let's get right into it. Caught Stealing is the latest from the controversial director Darren Aronofsky, and he often makes these movies with religious connotations like Noah or Mother or The Whale, all these like heavy-handed movies that have serious overtones and commentary about society. But this movie, Caught Stealing, is very different. In fact, if it didn't have Darren Aronofsky's name tied to it, you would never know. In fact, you might think it's a Coen brothers movie, like The Big Lebowski. That's what I kept thinking of when I was watching Caught Stealing. Is if you put Jeff Bridges in this movie, it is basically The Big Lebowski 2. You got the guy who things just happen to, right? He's a nobody. He just has a neighbor who runs into trouble with these people, and he gets caught in the middle of it. And they even say things like, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" Although they don't say the word Lebowski. But Austin Butler, his neighbor, goes out of town, and he starts to get in trouble with first these Russians, then these fake police officers, and then Hasidic Jewish people, all in New York. And it's a wild ride, all with the soundtrack by Idols, who does a great job. And this movie is unexpectedly fun. It is also a bit violent. If you're not expecting that, or if you're not comfortable with violence in these types of movies, I would avoid it. But I had a good time. I enjoyed it for what it was, which is just a fun time. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, and whoever played the British guy, the punk rock guy, they all did fantastic. And I would say Darren Aronofsky, it's a far cry from pretty much anything he's ever done, because this is a fast-paced, kind of just like seat of your pants, like what's going to happen next type movie with not much rhyme or reason to it. I mean, there are some allusions to a dark past from Austin Butler. He loves the Giants, and he has his mom in California who he keeps calling back, and he goes, "Go Giants," every time they get off the phone. But and he was in this car accident back in the day where he actually killed somebody, and it was kind of like it's in the back of his mind the whole time. But other than that, this movie really is, I would say it's one of those that feels like it could be a cult classic, and maybe there's some hidden things going on behind the scenes, but just as a first time viewing, it was just kind of fun, and it's just kind of like you put it on with some friends, and you laugh and you enjoy. But I don't think it's going to win any awards or anything, and I don't really think it has anything important to say, and I don't think it's trying to. I think Darren Aronofsky and Charlie Huston, I think that's what I saw in the credits, who wrote this story, just wanted to make a fun movie towards the end of the year. I don't think this was particularly high budget. But if you're looking for a Coen Brothers-esque and more like Big Lebowski or Raising Arizona Coen Brothers, not like, No Country for Old Men or something more substantial. This is a fun-filled, violent, almost Tarantino-esque movie where things just start to happen and then it just sort of ends. So enjoy it if you're into that sort of thing, but it's also not something you need to see in theaters. And let me know what you thought if you saw Caught Stealing. But thanks for listening, and we'll talk soon.